is your Saturday? I hope we are doing fine wherever you are. My name is Sophia and welcome back to Sophia Live. So after referring to Kikuyus as hyenas, Health CS Aden Duale is saying he's not going to apologize. Aden Duale is saying that he was misquoted and that there are people who are just trying to spread some narratives to make him look bad. So Aden Duale is saying that he was misquoted and that the translation that was given out to the media is not the correct one. But we have Somalis who have come out and of course make it clear that indeed Aden Duale referred to Kikuyus as hyenas. So Aden Duale's after, of course, the social media went wild and the people went wild, decided that I'm going to make a statement. But even if I'm going to make this statement, I'm not going to apologize. So this is the statement that Aden Duale released yesterday. And no apology because Aden Duale feels like he is the one and only one, that he is so special, that he is everything that this country needs. So let me just read it out to you and then we discuss this further. And it says, I have been widely misquoted and my remarks delivered in Lafay constituency have been taken out of context to advance false and misleading narratives. A phrase I used is a well-known Somali proverb that has long been part of our oral tradition. It is a figurative expression about the difficulty of ending entrenched habits or long-enjoyed advantages. It was never directed at any community or intended to demean anyone. My message was about the importance of embracing inclusivity as the government continues to ensure that all Kenyans, regardless of their region or ethnicity, have an opportunity to serve the nation. Attempts to portray my remarks as ethnic incitement are therefore dishonest and a deliberate distortion of what I said. I also find it regrettable that some of those now expressing outrage remained silent when inflammatory remarks targeting the Somali community were made in the past. Public leaders should reject selective outrage and apply the same standards consistently. Kenya's strength lies in its diversity. My commitment remains to national unity, peaceful coexistence, and equal opportunity for every Kenyan without exception. So this is the statement that Aden Duale released yesterday, as I've read it out to you, no apology, is not making any apologies. He feels like he is to move on. But so let's look into Aden Duale's statement. Of course, as much as he's trying to deny what he said, it is so clear that, of course, many people have come out and they have said that indeed what Aden Duale said was referring to Kikuyus as hyenas. But is this statement coming from Aden Duale alone? You know, when it comes to politics, a word said by a particular politician is not really from that person. To me, I think this was a planned. This is something that a meeting was held and this was discussed. And remember, Aden Duale is making this statement after the All Kalau by-election, which means this, that a meeting was held and the conclusion of that meeting is that these people, Kikuyu, just want it to themselves. And now Aden Duale akatafuta place ya kusema, akaona the only podium, the only place I can say this is in Lafay. It is in my home backyard. So he had to go to Lafay and make this statement. But if you ask me, sincerely speaking, this is what was said between several politicians who had a meeting. I don't know when was that, but I want to believe that this is what was discussed. And Kikuyu was the subject of that meeting. I might be wrong, but I know. While I don't have maybe evidence, first-hand evidence, but according to what I see and according to my own point of view, this was not solely coming from Aden Duale. This is something that was discussed. time will tell. I know that time will tell, but the regime, of course, has panicked. They didn't expect what happened in Ol Kalau, and everybody now is running up and down. People are just trying to bring in issues, non-issues, but at the end of it all, I will stick to my belief that this, or what Aden Duale said about Kikuyus, is or was discussed somewhere, and that Aden Duale was the tool or was the person used to spread this message. I don't know what you think about it. Politics is politics, of course, and these people politicians don't just speak. They might regret later or they might apologize later, but politicians don't just say anything just from nowhere. No, they always have a target. When a politician says something, he or she has a target. And even if it is something that is so, of course, controversial, or something that might made him or her apologize, but just know that the message that they wanted to share has been shared. So Aden Duale, even when you see Aden Duale saying he's not apologizing, it is because he knows that this is something that was discussed between several politicians.
sanadkan doorashadan hadda fiir golaha wasiirada sideed waxa way ayaga waa nimanka dhaqdhaqaaq Soomaaliya xoolo dhaqatay iyo guddi adiga fadhiya meesha waxa iska dhigama wadanka inay leeyihiin hadda waliya muddo waxaan nimankan sideedaas waa inay nuslad fiji oo hadda wiil weytaan laga dhigo wasiir
So this is something that Aden Duale knows that they discussed amongst several politicians, and that he was the one selected to spread this message. So NCIC, of course, has released a statement and they are saying that they are investigating, but we all know that most of these government institutions have been captured and they're not going to do much in regards to what Aden Duale said. Aden Duale referred to Kikuyus as hyenas. And to me, this is a translation that, according to Duale, it says Kikuyus are people who are greedy, people who are uncouth, and people who are dirty. This is according to, of course, if you have to look into it. So allow me to end this video here for today. Thanks for watching. This is Sophia Live. So allow me to end this video here for today. Thanks for watching. This is Sophia Live. So allow me to end this video here for today. Thanks for watching. This is Sophia Live. So allow me to end this video here for today. Thanks for watching. This is Sophia Live. So allow me to end this video here for today. Thanks for watching. This is Sophia Live.